Welcome back to the BookCast. Today we are unpacking every layer of the incredible novel 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Get ready for a deep dive into its characters, themes, and the hidden meanings behind the story.
Yeah, it's going to be great. We're about to embark on, well, an extraordinary journey into the depths of Jules Verne's imagination.
Exactly, starting with a global mystery that totally gripped the world back then.
And then venturing into the amazing, self-contained world of Captain Nemo and his legendary Nautilus.
So let's set the scene. The year is a pretty tense 1866.
Right. Imagine a world sort of teetering on the edge of huge technological changes. Science is pushing boundaries, but the oceans, still full of secrets.
Totally. And it's against this backdrop that this inexplicable phenomenon starts terrorizing the maritime world, Europe, America, everywhere.
It starts as whispers, right?
Yeah.
But then just spirals into, like, widespread panic.
We're talking about a massive, spindle-shaped, sometimes phosphorescent object, something so vast it dwarfed any known whale.
Yeah, way bigger. And this wasn't just some local thing, you know. It was a genuine mystery of the deep.
Had everyone completely baffled, sailors, governments, everyone.
Absolutely. The sightings just started pouring in, each one more, well, astounding than the last, building this terrifying case.
Take the Governor Higginson, that was July 20th, 1866, off Australia's east coast.
Captain Baker. He first thought it was maybe an uncharted reef. Just moving mass.
But then, get this, two enormous columns of water shot up from this thing, like 150 feet into the air.
Which reefs don't generally do, right?
Not usually, no. So clearly it had to be some kind of aquatic mammal, but one of unheard of size.
And just 3 days later, July 23rd, the Columbus sees something similar in the Pacific. And they noted its incredible speed.
700 nautical leagues covered. Like that. Snaps fingers, metaphorically.
Unbelievable velocity. And then maybe 15 days after that, 2,000 leagues away in the Atlantic.
Both the Helvetia and the Shannon saw it.
Right. And the ships themselves were huge, like 300 feet long.
But the estimated length of this mammal, over 350 feet minimum.
Which you got to remember, the biggest whales they knew back then, maybe 60 yards max. This thing was gargantuan, as you said.
Truly a global sensation, wasn't it? These reports kept coming. Reputable ships, too, like the Le Perreur, the French frigate Le Normandie.
Oh, yeah, serious reports. The monster became, like, the topic of the day, heated debates, jokes in the newspapers, everything.
For about 6 months, right. The speculation just raged.
Yeah, until, funnily enough, some writer in a satirical journal kind of killed off the monster with a big laugh.
So everyone just decided wit had conquered science. Dismissed it as a hoax.
Pretty much. Mass hysteria, maybe. That was the thinking for a bit.
But of course, that kind of dismissal, especially when you've got these persistent, unexplainable things happening, it rarely lasts, does it?
Precisely. That satirical break, super short-lived, early 1867, boom. Fresh facts, much more troubling facts, brought the whole mystery roaring back.
Well, with the terrifying new twist, you said.
Yeah, the thinking shifted. It wasn't just giant whale anymore. Now it was maybe an uncharted rock.
Because it wasn't just sightings now, it was actual collisions.
Exactly. Catastrophic collisions. March 5th, 1867, the Moravian Montreal Ocean Company ship, doing 13 knots.
And it hit something, what felt like a rock.
Right, in the Atlantic. Thankfully, its hull was strong, saved the 237 passengers.
Phew. But what did they see after?
Nothing. Just a strong eddy, like 3 cables length off. As if the waves were violently churned up.
So something massive, moving away fast, under the surface.
That's the implication, not just a bump in the night.
Okay, and if that wasn't enough to restart the panic, the Scotia incident sounds like it really sealed the deal.
Oh, it's the Scotia. April 1867. That was the real turning point. Cunard steamer, also doing 13 knots.
Felt a shock, but maybe not a huge one at first.
Relatively slight, yeah. It had 7 watertight compartments, so no immediate alarm. But then they did a dive check. And found something horrifying. A hole in the ship's bottom, 2 yards across.
2 yards.
But here's the chilling part. How it was described. Sharply defined. As if by a punch.
Whoa. Not a jagged tear like from a rock.
Exactly. This implied immense focused force. Precision. As if whatever made the hole was then withdrawn by some wonderful retrograde movement.
So not natural, not just an animal bumping it. Something deliberate. With technology, maybe?
That was the terrifying suggestion. Something with power and control way beyond anything known.
And this is where our brilliant, but initially skeptical protagonist comes in, Professor Pierre Aranek.
Assistant professor, Paris Museum of Natural History. Wrote that huge 2-volume book, The Mysteries of the Great Submarine Grounds.
Tell us about his journey. He started out as a skeptic, right?
Oh, yeah. Incredibly skeptical. In his own circles, he denied it could be real.
But the evidence,
Yeah.
the Scotia incident especially.
Exactly. Those forensic details. He found himself, as Verne puts it, driven into a corner.
And the New York Herald basically forced his hand, demanded his expert opinion.
Yep. His scientific admission, published April 30th, was a huge moment. He meticulously analyzed everything.
And his conclusion.
It had to be a mammal, powerfully organized, vertebrate, backbone,
Right.
furnished with a horn tusk, of which the force of penetration is extreme.
So he's not just guessing here, is he? He's applying serious science. Marine biology, physics.
Absolutely. His reasoning was all about the deep ocean, the immense pressures down there.
Which were like mind-boggling numbers for the time.
Totally. Think about it. Just 32 feet down, your body feels pressure of nearly 100,000 pounds.
Wow.
Scale that up. 3,200 feet. Almost 1,000,000 pounds. 32,000 feet near the deepest parts. We're talking 97.5 million pounds of pressure.
Unimaginable.
So Aronnax argued for any creature to survive that, especially one with a huge surface area, it needs incalculable strength.
A bony structure, an organization resistant to hundreds of millions of pounds of pressure.
Which led Ned Land, our practical harpooner,
Yeah.
to say they must be made of iron plate 8 inches thick like the ironclads. A fair comparison, really. Right. Aronnax's analysis didn't just confirm a monster, it defined it as this being of unparalleled power, pushing the limits of biology and physics.
Turned it from folklore into a real scientific puzzle.
Exactly.
And you, our listener, can really feel how this isn't just some old-fashioned monster hunt we're getting into.
No, it's a scientific mystery, a challenge to what humanity understood back then.
It sets the stage perfectly for this journey that's going to reveal something astonishing, something that totally redefines what's possible.
That blend of thrilling adventure and, well, cutting-edge science for its time. That's what makes this story so compelling. Still resonates today.
So, with Professor Aronnax basically giving the scientific stamp of approval, the world shifts gears, right? From debate to action.
Yep. The American government decides, okay, time to purge the ocean of this formidable monster.
And they commission the Abraham Lincoln, the state-of-the-art frigate.
Top of the line.
Yeah.
And Aronnax, despite being tired from another trip, he just couldn't resist the offer.
Accepts immediately. Driven by curiosity, obviously, but also kind of comically, hoping this unicorn might, drift towards France.
Wants to snag half a yard of its tusk for the museum in Paris. Always the scientist.
Gotta get that specimen. Okay, so on board the Abraham Lincoln, we meet the key players. Commander Farragut.
A truly dedicated seaman. His belief in the monster, almost religious. By faith, not by sight, as Verne says.
Completely convinced. Wouldn't let anyone doubt it on his ship.
Total conviction. Then there's Ned Land, the legendary king of harpooners from Canada.
Big guy, right. 40 years old, tall, strong.
Taciturn, but with a serious temper if provoked. And his skill, unmatched. Famously harpooned 2 whales with 1 double blow. Heart shot on one, quick capture on the other.
A legend. But Ned, he was a skeptic of a different kind.
Right. He refused to believe it was just a whale. He thought maybe a gigantic pulp, a massive octopus or squid.
Which sets up this great dynamic, doesn't it? You've got Aronnax the scientist, Farragut the believer, and Ned the practical, skeptical hunter.
Absolutely. Each seeing the mystery through their own lens, often clashing. It really adds to the story.
So the hunt begins, and it sounds agonizing.
Oh, it was. A real test of endurance. 3 long, grueling months patrolling the Pacific.
Just endless false alarms, mistaking every big whale for their target.
Constantly. Frustrating, relentless, frayed everyone's nerves. Imagine the false hope day after day.
Yeah, that would drive you crazy. So after all that waiting, all those false starts, how did they finally get their moment?
Well, it finally happened, November 18th. Weeks of nothing. Then Ned Land's voice cuts through the dark. Look out there, the thing we were looking for on our weather beam.
The shout everyone was waiting for.
Total rush to the harpooner, and there it was, visible, emitting this essentially electric light, phosphorescent.
Circling the ship.
Yeah.
Creating luminous dust.
Yeah, effortlessly circling them. And the speed approached at double their own speed, then just stopped, 20 feet away.
Chilling.
And then, without even diving, it just vanished. Poof, all at once as if turned off, only to reappear on the other side.
Okay, that's definitely not an animal. That's control. Power.
Clearly, this was something else entirely.
So Farragut, with his unwavering faith, he must have seen this as the ultimate showdown.
Absolutely. Combat begins, all steam on. The Abraham Lincoln charges hits 18.5 miles an hour.
Fast for its time.
Very. But the object matched their speed effortlessly, seemed almost indifferent, just circling them.
And cannons, explosive bullets.
Useless. Had no effect. The grim conclusion. That animal must be clad in 6-inch iron plates.
Like Ned predicted. So night falls. What's Farragut's plan?
Desperate times. He decides on a nighttime attack, wait for it to sleep, let Ned Land get ready with his harpoon. One perfect shot.
The tension must have been insane, waiting in the dark.
Unbearable. The frigate creeps forward noiselessly, just 2 cables lengths away from this glowing thing, everyone holding their breath.
And then this.
Suddenly, without warning, the monster rushes them. The collision. Devastating. Violent.
Disables the rudder. The screw.
Yep. And throws Arronax, his loyal servant Conseil, and Ned Land right overboard into the black water.
Chaos. The hunter becomes the hunted instantly.
Total reversal. A desperate, terrifying moment.
So how on earth did they survive? Flung into the ocean like that, middle of a battle.
Pure miracle, really. Arronax is a good swimmer, but he's pulled under, then grabbed by Conseil. Incredible loyalty.
Conseil pulls him up.
Yeah, back to the surface. They're struggling in the dark, calling for the frigate, but it's already moving away, damaged.
Oh, no.
Just as Arronax feels himself sinking for good, he's grabbed again. Vigorous hand. It's Ned Land.
Ned? Where was he?
He'd found refuge on what he first thought was like a floating island, something soft, maybe a whale's body.
But it wasn't.
Not at all. If they check it out, it's hard, impenetrable, makes a metallic sound when struck.
Uh-oh.
And Ned Land, ever practical, ever blunt, declares, it's an immense steel fish.
The Nautilus.
The Nautilus. They're marooned on the very mystery they were hunting, and their roles irrevocably slipped hunters to, well, prisoners, basically.
What an incredible, pivotal moment. From hunting a myth to being stranded on this impossible machine.
Yeah, it shifts everything. No longer a natural mystery, now it's a technological marvel.
Oh.
And it's involuntary guests.
So this bizarre new reality sinks in. Ned, being practical, figures out pretty quick there must be a machine, a crew inside.
Right, a locomotive machine and a crew inside. But for hours, nothing. Just silence, this unnerving presence beneath them, agonizing weight.
How did they finally get inside, encounter the mind behind it all?
Well, their capture was just as weird. Suddenly, they're just drawn into the vessel.
Ah.
Abruptly.
No warning.
Nope. And then they meet 2 strangers, which leads to the big reveal, Captain Nemo.
And what was he like? His presence?
Commanding. Absolutely commanding. Tall, wide forehead suggesting huge intellect, sharp features, and his eyes.
What about his eyes?
Rather far from each other, could take in nearly a quarter of the horizon at once.
Yeah.
You just knew he was the chief. Exuded this calm, confident, almost unsettling energy.
And his ultimatum, delivered how?
In an imperious tone. Chillingly clear. They are his passengers on the Nautilus.
Yep.
No choice. Only life and death.
Wow. And he's just done with the world.
Done with society entirely. That's what he says. A total break from the surface world. Sets him apart immediately.
And that motto on the dining service, mobilis in mobile.
Moving in a mobile element. Yeah, a perfect, evocative hint about this enigmatic man commanding from the bottom of the sea.
So profound, isn't it? Encapsulates his whole existence. So what was life actually like on this amazing vessel? What did Nemo reveal?
His world, the Nautilus, it was just a realm of astonishing wonders, but also deep contradictions. He talked about its self-sufficiency beautifully.
How the sea provided everything.
Exactly. The sea supplies all my needs. He talked about nets drawn in ready to break with food, hunting in submarine forests.
Like he had his own underwater farm.
Pretty much. His flocks grazing the immense ocean meadows. A vast cultivated estate in the depths, always stocked by nature.
And the food itself was unusual.
Oh yeah, some totally unknown to Arronax. Conserve of sea cucumber, cream from whale milk, sugar from seaweed, even anemone preserve.
Even their clothes came from the sea.
Crafted from these silky filaments that anchor shells to rocks, made soft, warm fabrics.
So not just surviving, but thriving, creating this whole ecosystem. And the inside of the Nautilus, just as impressive.
Magnificent. The library alone, get this, 12,000 volumes.
Wow.
Huge collection. Science, ethics, literature, every language. But, tellingly, nothing on political economy. Shows his views on society right.
Definitely. And Nemo himself was multilingual.
Read any volume easily. Arronax figured out from a book published in 1865 that the Nautilus must have launched that year, So Nemo had been living like this for about 3 years already.
And Nemo admitted he'd studied widely before. London, Paris, New York.
Yeah, when he was still an inhabitant of the world's continents, hinting at this significant past life of intellectual engagement.
Okay, beyond the books, what else did this underwater palace contain? The wealth seemed incredible.
Oh, absolutely. Beyond the library, there was the museum, an unbelievable collection of nature and art.
Like what?
30 pictures by masters, real masterpieces. Shells from every sea imaginable. An encyclopedic display of marine beauty.
Where did he get it all stuck down there?
Aronnax wondered that too. Nemo hinted cryptically at mines of zinc, iron, silver, and gold on the seabed. Claimed he got everything from the sea alone.
But not for himself.
No. He later reveals this wealth wasn't for personal gain. It funded, well, mysterious causes up on the surface world he deemed worthy. More on that later. It shows not just his genius, but this hidden, powerful agenda.
So the Nautilus is a home, a lab, a fortress, a treasury. What about the tech itself? How did Verne imagine this thing actually working?
The technology was incredibly visionary, especially for the 1860s. Power source. Entirely electric.
Which was radical back then.
Totally.
Yeah.
Generated purely from the sea using sodium.
Yeah.
Electricity was its light, warmth, and soul, Nemo said.
And how did it move?
Bunsen's elements powered this colossal screw, 19 feet diameter, 23-foot thread, doing 100 revolutions per minute.
Giving it incredible speed.
Extreme rapidity. About 35 miles an hour. More than double the speed of the Abraham Lincoln.
And the ship itself. The dimensions.
Pretty impressive. 70 meters long, 8 meters wide max, displacing 1,500 tons when fully submerged.
How did it control depth? Go up and
A
down?
genius system. Massive water reservoirs and powerful pumps. Remember those water columns that shot up? That was the pumps.
Oh, right.
Plus, inclined planes, adjusted by the helmsman, let it move vertically like a balloon, sink or rise diagonally. Really agile.
And building it must have been an equally amazing feat of secrecy and engineering.
Absolutely. A masterpiece of clandestine work. Nemo revealed the parts were made secretly all over the globe.
Different pieces from different factories.
Yep. Keel from Crusoe in France, screw shaft from Pen & Co. in London, plates from Laird's in Liverpool, other bits from Paris, Prussia, New York.
Ordered under different names. Yeah.
Exactly. Then assembled in total secret on some remote desert island, preserving the absolute mystery of its creation.
Incredible foresight. And the control room. What could they see?
Powerful electric reflectors could light up the sea for half a mile ahead, clear vision even in the deepest dark. A true marvel for exploration.
This whole construction, it speaks volumes about Nemo. His genius, his foresight, his total commitment to being outside society.
It's a monument to his independence, built piece by piece in the shadows.
So we have this impossible machine, this genius captain. What was his driving philosophy? Why this exile?
That philosophy was the core of who he was. Ah, sir, live in the bosom of the waters. There alone is independence. There I am free.
He saw the surface world as corrupt.
Irrevocably tainted, full of iniquitous rites and terrestrial horrors. A place where men fight there, devour each other there.
Just below the surface.
Their power ceased, their influence died out, just 30 feet down. That conviction explained everything. His exile, his sanctuary.
It's Verne really critiquing society, isn't it? Asking if true freedom is only found in isolation and what that costs.
Exactly. What a character, Nemo. Genius, inventor, recluse, philosopher, rebel, all rolled into one.
His Nautilus isn't just a machine, it's a statement, a fortress, a whole world. Verne's visionary science and Nemo's compelling contradictory nature really shine here.
Driven by ideals, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But also this profound disillusionment with humanity.
And this enigmatic captain is now their guide, plunging them into wonders and horrors beneath the waves. So as they start this involuntary journey, what are some of the first truly amazing sights?
Well, the journey starts in the Pacific, following that powerful Kuroshivo, the Black River current.
I see.
The wonder of liquid light, myriads of phosphorescent creatures lighting up the ocean, a dazzling living light show, totally alien, beautiful.
Nothing like you'd see on the surface. And then they actually get to go out there in diving suits.
Yes. The submarine excursions, incredible moments. They get these special suits, compressed air, even electric guns for protection.
Electric guns. Wow.
Yeah, firing electric bullets. Imagine walking on the seabed, maybe 30 feet down, in what's basically daylight, thanks to the Nautilus's lamps.
What did they see down there?
Amazing marine plants, green near the surface, red deeper down, then black or brown in the remote depths, forming these dark, mysterious gardens. grotesque sea spiders.
And Ned Land, the hunter.
He managed to harpoon an albatross that got too close. Ever the hunter. Nemo's lamp lit up the deep forest, revealing this whole ecosystem of zoophytes, mollusks, fish, a living diorama.
And Nemo shared his thoughts during these walks?
Oh yeah, often. He talked about the ocean as a living thing, with circulation, crediting Matthew Fontaine Maury, the oceanographer.
He mentioned the salt content and nautical towns.
Yeah, conceived of these nautical towns, submarine houses rising to breathe each morning, free towns, independent cities. Showed his vision wasn't just for himself, maybe a whole new way for humanity.
But it wasn't all wonders, was it? They saw some grim realities, too.
No, definitely not. Amidst the beauty, stark reminders of the surface world's dangers.
Yeah.
Like that drowned ship.
Oh, right, the wreck with the woman and child.
Yeah, petrified figures, sailors tied to the ship, a silent, tragic scene, suspended forever. Chilling.
And the coral continents.
The Pomotou Archipelago. Islands slowly, continuously rising from the work of tiny polypi, destined to form new continents eventually, connecting places like New Zealand. A glimpse into deep geological time.
Nemo seemed drawn to these tragic remnants, didn't he?
He did. He took them to the New Hebrides, to the wreckage of La Perouse's lost expedition.
A French explorer.
Exactly, and they found this preserved tin box with original instructions, annotated by King Louis VI himself.
No way. A direct link to the past, from the deep.
Incredible. And Nemo's comment, "That is a fine death for a sailor," showed his unique, almost dark view of a watery grave.
They eventually got through the dangerous Torres Straits. Led to a land trip, right? How did Ned handle being back on land?
Oh, Ned was ecstatic, almost primal joy being on Gilboa Island. Craving fresh meat so badly he said he'd eat a loin of tiger.
Huh. Did he find any?
Not tiger, thankfully. But they found breadfruit, which Ned cooked, and sago palm flour, staples for the locals.
But their land break was cut short.
Dramatically, hundreds of Papuan natives surrounded the Nautilus, which was stranded by the tide.
Was Nemo worried?
Not at all. Calm indifference. So the Nautilus had nothing to fear. As the natives gathered, he just went and played his organ.
Played his organ while surrounded.
Yep. Notably, only hitting the black keys, giving the music this essentially Scotch character. A subtle clue, maybe.
To his origins. Interesting. How did they escape?
Waited for the tide, then used the Nautilus's power to slip away, leaving the stunned natives behind.
It's these little moments that reveal so much about Nemo. Speaking of revelations, the Ceylon pearl fisheries sounds significant.
Hugely significant. These journeys weren't just sightseeing, they were peeling back layers of Nemo's character. At Ceylon, he showed them the pearl divers.
The dangerous work.
Exactly. Explained how they could only stay down 30 seconds, came up bleeding, eyes ulcerated, often dying from the pressure. A stark critique of exploitation.
And he had his own giant pearl.
Yeah, this coconut-sized pearl, worth maybe 10 million francs. But he just left it in its giant oyster, letting it grow. Showed his detachment from wealth itself.
And then came that really pivotal moment, the shark attack. It kind of broke through his whole hatred of men thing, didn't it?
Oh, absolutely. A crucial moment. An Indian diver is attacked by a shark. And Nemo, he jumps in. With just a dagger.
Strikes the shark himself.
Yes. And saves the diver's life. Aronnax saw it clearly. That man had not succeeded in entirely killing his own heart.
Wow. So despite everything, that compassion was still there. Buried deep.
A fundamental contradiction. A spark of empathy, even in that hardened heart, forged by loss and vengeance.
Still human underneath it all. What other scientific or strategic things did Nemo reveal? The Arabian Tunnel.
Yes, his discovery of a subterranean channel connecting the Red Sea and the Mediterranean, he'd confirmed it with a fish tagging experiment.
Tagged fish in the Red Sea, found them later near Syria.
Exactly, proved the connection. And then the Nautilus just zipped through this tunnel at arrow speed. Incredible navigation and science.
He also let Ned hunt a dugong.
He did. A practical concession for fresh meat.
Hmm.
Showed Nemo's distinction. Hunting for necessity. Okay. Hunting for sport. Absolutely not.
And the source of his wealth, Vigo Bay, sunken galleons.
Right. He showed them where he collected gold ingots from sunken Spanish galleons. But crucially, not for himself.
Who was it for?
He used it to fund oppressed races. Specifically mentioned revolted Crete. This was during the Cretan revolt against the Ottomans.
So he's not just a hermit, he's a secret crusader, funding revolutions from underwater.
Exactly. Fighting the iniquitous rights of the surface world with his hidden fortune adds this whole revolutionary layer to him.
A crusader from the deep. Powerful stuff. What about the more, well, mythical discoveries? Atlantis.
One of the absolute highlights. A night walk on the seabed, lit by a submarine volcano, revealing petrified forests, ruins of an ancient city, Atlantis.
Wow, just ruins on the ocean floor.
Silent testament to a lost civilization. Aronnax saw skeletons of animals of those far-off days, a mind-blowing glimpse into a vanished world.
And this connected to his secret base, the coal mine.
Yeah, his secret port was inside an extinct volcano nearby. His crew mined submarine coal seams there.
For the Nautilus's power, using sodium but needing coal for that process.
Exactly. And the smoke escaping the crater made the volcano look active from the surface. Clever disguise.
And the Sargasso Sea, that legendary place.
They crossed it, this vast prairie of seaweed collecting debris from everywhere. Nemo explained how all that accumulated organic stuff would eventually become inexhaustible coal fields over geologic time.
A profound environmental insight from Verne there.
Truly. But not all encounters were peaceful observation. That cachalot battle sounds brutal. You're right. A group of sperm whales attacked the Nautilus, maybe mistaking it for a rival. Nemo's anti-hunting stance, set aside pragmatically.
What happened?
A brutal Homeric massacre. The Nautilus became a weapon, ramming, dismembering the whales, left the sea covered in mutilated bodies.
So, ruthless when provoked, when his sanctuary was threatened.
Absolutely. Protector of the innocent, yes, but a fierce, unrelenting warrior when crossed. That dual nature again.
Always there with Nemo. And then he aimed for something truly audacious, the South Pole.
The ultimate unreached frontier at the time. He explained how the Nautilus's strength, its ability to go under the ice.
Using the iceberg ratio, right? 4 parts submerged to 1 part emerged.
Exactly. Made the impossible possible. March 21st, 1868, noon. Nemo announces, "We are at the South Pole."
Declares himself the first human there, claims the continent.
Yep, a moment of supreme triumph. Scientific, exploratory, huge.
But triumph and peril often go together in Verne's stories. What happened next?
Triumph was short-lived. An iceberg unexpectedly overturned, trapping the Nautilus in an ice tunnel. 1,000 feet deep, 60 feet wide.
Trapped under the ice. The danger.
Suffocation. Air supply dwindling fast.
Well,
For 6 desperate days, the crew dug furiously at the ice.
they're getting thinner and thinner.
Dangerously thin. Then Nemo has this brilliant idea. Inject boiling water from the ship's distilling system to melt the ice around them.
Melt their way out.
And then fill the ballast tanks to use the Nautilus's own buoyancy to break the remaining ice. Sheer force.
Did it work?
It did. The Nautilus escaped, but it was harrowing. Showed the sheer will and ingenuity needed down there. A close call.
Seems like every escape leads to another danger. The Atlantic, giant squids, pulps.
Oh yeah, a truly colossal pulp, 32 feet long, eyes of fire, attacks
It
Nautilus.
leads to a fight on the deck.
Hand-to-hand combat on the platform. Desperate struggle. Nemo with a hatchet, Ned Land with his harpoon. Violent.
Casualties.
Tragically, yes. A crewman is grabbed by a tentacle, dragged into the depths, lost.
Oh, devastating for Nemo.
Profoundly. It's in this moment of raw grief, seeing his crewman die, that Nemo retreats to his room, and Aronnax sees him looking at a portrait.
The portrait.
A woman still young and 2 little children. This is key. It reveals the deep personal loss fueling his exile, his hatred. It's not just philosophy, it's the raw pain of a broken heart.
Oh, that explains so much. The root of the vengeance. So after this, what's the final leg of the journey?
They navigate the Gulf Stream, this river that flows freely in the midst of the Atlantic. The Nautilus's speed makes escape impossible for Ned Land, frustrating him endlessly.
They cross the transatlantic cable.
Yeah, another surface world marvel Nemo comments on. Notes how seawater actually improves the gutta percha insulation, giving it infinite duration. Another observation from his detached world.
But then, the final act. Vengeance.
The culmination. They encounter a warship. Nemo is filled with this violent hatred, maybe amplified by the loss of his crewmen. Consumed by it.
He recognizes the ship.
Seems so. You know who I am, ship of a cursed nation, he declares. Then he rams it, sinks it. A hecatomb.
A final, terrible act of revenge. Against who? We never know for sure, do we?
No. Its identity remains this horrifying mystery to Aronnax, the ultimate expression of Nemo's despair and fury.
What a devastating end to that part of the journey. And then the maelstrom, the legendary whirlpool.
Right. The Nautilus gets caught in this terrifying vortex. And in that chaos, Aronnax, Ned, and Conseil see their chance.
Their only chance. Escape in the small boat.
A desperate gamble. They launch the boat, get thrown clear somehow, survive by sheer luck, rescued later by fishermen.
And Nemo. What's his fate?
That's the lingering question Aronnax leaves us with. Did Nemo perish in the maelstrom, secrets and vengeance gone? Or did he survive somehow, continuing his haunted, solitary exploration?
The Nautilus's feats are incredible, a testament to ingenuity.
Absolutely, and Verne's imagination. But Nemo's story is also this profound warning, isn't it? About the extremes of human emotion. Sorrow, rage.
What happens when they drive someone beyond society's reach? The mystery of Nemo, like the deep sea, it remains.
Hero.
Yeah.
Villain. Tragic figure caught between worlds. That's maybe for you, the listener, to grapple with.
And there you have it. What an incredible journey, and what a complex figure Captain Nemo is. Was he consumed by his vengeance, or did he find some form of peace in his watery domain?
Yeah, those questions linger, don't they?
The incredible feats of the Nautilus are, without a doubt, a testament to human ingenuity, pushing the boundaries of scientific imagination. But Nemo's story also leaves us with a lingering question about the extremes of human emotion and what becomes of a genius who chooses to abandon the world that, in his view, wronged him.
The deep, like Nemo's true motives, always holds more than it reveals.
Thanks for spending a little bit of your day with us in this story. If you enjoyed it, a simple like or subscribe helps the channel out more than you know. Be good and take care.